What's going on, everybody, man? This is Kenny Comments here, chilling with Kenny C, right here at TMV Cafe, bringing you entertainment to your ears. Hope everybody stay warm through these winter times that we're in. We're gonna get to the spring at some point. We're gonna get there. We just gotta go through a few more weeks. Super excited to be joined with the homie. And the last time he was on the show, I gave him this, I gave him a unique introduction. So you know what? I want to run it back with some updated information. My brothers and sisters, it is my pleasure to have this individual back on the show. He's been a wrestler for quite some time, all from the Midwest, from the South, for multiple regions, wearing countless of championships and so forth. And last week, he slayed a dragon. He slayed a dragon and became a Triple Crown champion for Wrestle Arts. And more importantly, the one thing that he looks forward to more than anything, he's going to be a father coming in later in 2026. So I am honored. I am delighted to be joined not just with a savior, but the savior, the one and only David Ali.
Well, now that my friend, that's an intro. You topped the last one. You topped the
um,
last one for sure.
yeah. So, given that I'm a son of a retired pastor, and the fact that you do refer to yourself as a savior, I had to tap in with my pastor kid and go on because people say I want to follow my dad's footsteps, but that's a whole nother conversation. How are you, David, man? How are you feeling, man?
Oh man, especially after that, I'm doing really good, my friend. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for that intro. I I cannot say uh, I can't say anything, obviously. That was a really good intro, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate that. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm just trying to stay warm, and I just want spring to get here as soon as possible. Got a few more weeks before we get there. Um, so I met David last year. I met him Warrior Rumble weekend, Wrestle Arts, and I interviewed him before I met him. And then you put on a banger of a match, and that kind of started your run with the Dragons per se. That was kind of like a starting point. You beat them one by one throughout the year, and then you and Josh was going to face each other a month last month, I think it was, but Mother Nature intervened. Snowstorm happened, delayed it to February, and Josh was the only member left of his crew, and you slayed the dragon. You slayed them all.
Yeah.
So to talk to me on what was it like going through this whole year of battling with them one by one, and you eventually defeated Josh. How did it feel, man?
Man, just just being at Russell Arts altogether, has been like an incredible ride altogether. Um, Very rarely do you get to go somewhere within professional wrestling and just be respected for the actual professional wrestling, without any like politics, like backstage politics, or without any with any last name, or without any like, anything that you bring superficially to the table, and from day one, after the first match, I believe oh man, I don't even remember what my first match there was. I think it was Isaiah. Um, No, who was it?
I could have
Man,
sworn it was Ace Perry. I think it was.
no, that wasn't my first match there.
Okay. Yeah, he's talking
Yeah,
about Ray.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was I forget however many years ago it was. But I was actually a bad guy when they first brought me in with Heather because you know she's always been bad. Um, and they brought me in as a bad guy. And I remember when they first saw me wrestle there, they respected how I looked, they respected how I wrestled, and from there they just gave me a push and a push and a push, and then I wrestled Ace Perry.
Gotcha.
Um, and it was that match with Ace where that kind of woke him up, and well, not really woke him up, but it kind of made them see like, oh man, there's more to this guy, and it was kind of at the same time where, um, I started leaning in heavily into this iteration of David Ali that I'm doing now. So it was all pretty copacetic and pretty validating, and it man it taking so long could have frustrated a normal person, but I think this is how it was meant to be. You know, it's right here in the middle of February, the same month that I find out that I'm having a son. It's also Black History Month, and it's I feel like when things like that happen, it happens for a reason, you know. And we're both in the best places mentally and I think physically. Um, to get the job done. And it was a rowdy house and it was a new venue and I couldn't ask for anything more. It was just it was a really great match. You should have been there.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there. I can always count on Quincy with the clips and the highlights and stuff. So that's how I knew that you defeated Josh, and shout out to Josh for all he's done. I love Indianapolis. I love Wrestle Arts. I'm definitely planning on coming back to more once this weather gets more bearable. So that was definitely a proud moment. Just and anyone that's been following that story leading up to last week, and it's a special moment. So props to you and everybody at Wrestle Arts for just an incredible turnout. So I definitely, I'm very happy, man. I know your luggage very very heavy,
Oh man.
going going home. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, but props to you, man. And by the way, I also want to mention I did meet David in person. It wasn't at Western Arts. It was actually House of Heat
Yep.
last year. 4+ hours that I drove. I was there, and I finally got to meet you, and just shake your hand, and
That was 4 hours?
yeah, it was a 4 hour drive for me.
Wow.
That was the longest drive that I had all of 2025, but in the end, it was all worth it. Sometimes the driving can be overwhelming, whether you're a fan or you're a wrestler. But once you get to the destination, once you sit down and just enjoy the show. That's the beauty of wrestling. It's like any other art form, is an escape. And just an incredible show. I definitely enjoy House of Heat and Wrestle Arts. So
Yeah,
um,
I didn't know you drove 4 hours, man. That's crazy. Thank
yeah,
you for coming that far, man. That's crazy. Thank you for coming out and watching
yeah,
that show, man.
yeah.
It's people like you that 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 make all of this worth it, man. Because especially I've only been doing it for about 10 years now, and there's a lot of people who've been doing it a lot longer and who are still doing it at either my level or at a higher level. And sure, being on a higher level and having papers makes it a lot easier. But man, just the physicality and the the online presence, because there's a whole internet wrestling community. Um, just having to deal with all of it, the family at the same time, the travel, the struggles and all that. People, fans like you, people like you who create this kind of platform like this for us, for all of us. That's really what this stuff is all about, man. So thanks, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I got a lot of respect for you. Class personified, in the wing, out the wing. I admire your passion. And I go back to Wrestle Arts. I must have started a chant Slay the Dragon, and he's like, "What was that?" And I Slay the Dragon. I'm like, "Okay, let's go." So man, anybody like you are an embodiment of wrestling, man. That representation, it is Black History Month, so
Thank you.
just as
That
a
means
young
that means a
kid,
lot.
we come a long way with that representation. Um, come back to our younger years to now, ooh, just so much talent out there, man. I'm like, it's giving me goosebumps thinking about it, man. Like it's incredible. So speaking of you and Heather, there was a very intriguing match, a baby gender match that took place with your colleagues,
Yes.
rivals, good friends, GPA, and current WWE ID Women's Champion Lady Luck had a match against each other and to determine who the gender of the child was going to be. Take me through that experience. What was it like having those two take part in that particular match for you and Heather?
Um, man, I I got a lot of crap from Heather during the wedding because I was gung ho about having something wrestling themed at our wedding. I was like, we gotta have like some kind of rumble. We gotta have like a ring or something like that. We get something. We got belts when we get married instead of rings. I don't know. We gotta do something because like I I I don't whatever record there is out there. I've gone on record of saying that I am a mark for the business. I love wrestling. And I want to infuse it in every part of my life, man. And I got a lot of crap for that at my wedding. I ended up having an actual wedding, a second, right? Um, but I ended up getting to have this. She gave me this. If I didn't get to do anything at my actual wedding, she said, "Well, we get to do the gender reveal." So I was like, "Awesome! Finally! Ah, finally!" And man, just even planning this thing was pretty hard in itself, just because it started out at one place, and um it fell through just because of like wrestling politics, the annoying part of it. And luckily enough, All Star Lucha Libre at in Berwyn, Chicago, or Berwyn, Illinois, they picked up the match, and it started out originally. I'll fill you in what the match was originally going to be. Um, at first, it started out as a rumble, right? And male, female, and whoever won was going to be, the gender. That was the easy way to go. Um, got a little complicated to plan. So it ended up being a tag team match. So it was the first iteration was going to be Laney Luck, Shazza McKenzie, Billy Starks, GPA, and the Infantry. So yeah, big stacked card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big stat card. Wrestling card subjects change. So that match got downgraded to not downgraded, but switched around to Laney Luck, Shazza McKenzie, Reagan Lydell, right? Um, and GPA and Royal Flavor. I don't know if are you familiar with Royal Flavor?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, you should check them out. Check them out. Devo Knight, Alex Finley, they are like top flight on cocaine, man. They're insane. They are young guys of color, dude. Personality at the wazoo, flash. Bro. dude, check them out. Royal Flavor, not
Royal
flavor,
Fluffy.
flavor. You feel
Gotcha.
me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
VUH. um, Card subject to change again. So as it got closer and closer to time, because Heather needed to have this happen before March. So it got closer and closer to time, and it ended up again, these kind of things happen for a reason. Ended up falling on Valentine's Day, and that was the time that we had anybody that was available, and ended up being GPA and Laney, and it means a lot having them involved just from the get go because they're they're like I don't know, man. They're family to us, to me and Heather. As soon as we moved here to Chicago, they were like the first people to take us in and take care of us pretty much essentially. And I can't thank them enough for that because wrestling is hard enough making friends in and it's hard enough making couple friends in, because uh, yeah, wrestling is crazy, as you can probably read from the dirt sheets.
Yeah.
Um, but their family, they were in our wedding. GPA was one of my groomsmen. Um, uh, Lainey was one of her bridesmaids. So it was like hella fitting that now they get to reveal the gender of our child. So um, GPA was for the boys and the boy was going to be named Clark Ali, and Lainey was for the girls, Elliot Ali, and GPA won. GPA won, and the match itself, man, was insane. Just because they know us so well, like as wrestlers and as people, that they did all the things that we like to do in our matches in this one match, with all of our moves involved. And I anybody who knows me knows I love a dusty finish. And if you go back and watch a lot of my matches, I would probably say like 95% of them are all dusty finishes to some degree, maybe. And dusty finish and just amazing. And I can't thank them or love them enough for that. And it was insane. And just the love that Heather and I received from the community, the wrestling community, to even try to put this together. Because once the one company backed out for weird reasons, other companies were like, without even knowing what the card was that we were going to pay for ourselves, we're like, yo, can we help out? We want to help you out. We care about like, keeping wrestling a community like based thing, it's always been about like these kind of things, not always about like turf wars and like gang wars and storylines, and like it's always been about the theatrics and making people feel something. And the one thing that people feel the most is a little bit of that fine line touch of reality. And that's what GPA and Laney bring every single time they wrestle, and that's what they did for us. And did they have to? No, but they went ham, and they did, like they always do. And that's the reason why he's a legend in Chicago, and that's the reason why she's WWE ID Women's Champion. So I probably talked for like 45 minutes about
No, no,
that.
you good. No, you good. People. I love the I love the process, even if it's stressful on y'all end, because like any other wrestling show, putting together a show or a match for that matter, things can happen, circumstances can happen, you know, conflicts, things of that nature. Um, but at the end of the day, y'all was able to get this match to happen, and with two people that y'all very fond of, and just seeing the pictures and the reactions to it definitely turned out really really good. Wrestling is fun, but those are moments what makes wrestling fun.
Yes.
And that it's just the passion and just and having it with some of your best friends. It don't get any better than that.
Yes.
I'm glad GPA and Laney can make it work and put on a banger of a match. So very, very fond of them too. And congrats, man.
Thank you.
It's gonna be. I'm
Cannot wait to
definitely.
be a boy dad.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. So before we get into the upcoming shows you have, I've noticed you've been working on some things outside of wrestling. Um I think it's like a charity or something like that, something with the National Immigrant Justice Center.
Yes.
You've been working with them, got a shirt and a hat, so new merch, the Let's Go to Work project.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, man, and talk about how that came to be, the Let's Go to Work project.
Um, so it just got the title literally today
Mhm.
because I feel like it needed a title. And it's my catchphrase that I use now. Let's go to work. It's something that I always say to myself before I step into the ring. And it's kind of a abridgment of where I come from in training. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you could probably figure it out if you put the words together and look at it. But I'm putting it on top of this project to hopefully incentivize people to try to go to work for the people in the community because the places that I go to as a wrestler, um, wearing the merchandise that I'm wearing now, that I'm about to speak about, I can tell that everybody feels the same way about this and that there is an injustice happening and we want to do something about it. So I have partnered up with the NIJC, the National Immigrant Justice Center, and they surface not just Chicago, Indiana, California, and Minnesota, but all over for helping immigrants with their legal funds, especially those who are accosted by ICE and this administration. So, to me, it's incredibly personal and important because all it takes is an inch that we give them, and they will take the mile, you know? And I feel like if we stop it here, you know, it's already gone too far, in my opinion. But I feel like if we stop it here, then we can change our future, you know? And that's what I really want to do with these shirts. Is just say that we need to stand up against this administration, abolish ICE. And as I say that, and as people probably hear it, it probably sounds maybe like either cheesy or played out at this point in time just because of how many other times the other wrestlers have said it or made it popular, but the more times people say it, um, the harder the message is driven home. So more people need to say it. So no matter whether it was with me, no matter it's with any other wrestler out there who's doing a similar situation, donate to these causes because they need the funding to fight back. And that's what we're doing here with the Let's Go to Work initiative. If you buy a t-shirt that says these things on it,
Mhm.
we have this one. This is the primary one. This is the one that everybody is rocking with right now. It says F ice. I don't know what your language barrier is
No,
on
no,
here.
you good, bro.
But it says F ice. Okay. And that's our basic one. That's the one that's the brass tacks bottom line. I do have other versions of it that are a little more presentable to wear out in public if that's your motif right there. But basically the shirts are $25. There is a portion of it that do go to cost of production, but essentially $22 of it gets donated straight to the NIJC. I don't take a penny of it. I don't take a cent. I don't want to. And that's the whole entire reason why I partnered up with them in the first place is because this is something that means something to me and I know it means something to everyone. I can tell you this, Kenny. When I went to Indiana to go fight Josh, um at this point, everybody knew where my stance was on this, right? And I got told, hey, Indiana, this part that we're in is pretty red, right? I came out with this hat on, forgot I had it on, legit. and I planned to wear the t-shirt on and take my entrance jacket off, but I forgot that. But I forgot that I had the hat on. So I came out, and as soon as I did, the video is on there of the finish right online. But it's just like the beginning was, F ice, F ice. Okay, I won, right? Same thing, F ice. I get the mic because something Heather always says that I do. I always have to talk. I made a speech and I said to everyone there, I can tell from listening in the back, like I always do, right? At these places that are red, that the media tells us that are red, right? Listening to the places in the back, every show is full of diverse rosters. And everybody cheers for every single one of those people that come out there. You know, like we all believe in the same thing. We all want to keep people together. We all want to keep our families together. We all want to protect all of these American citizens, and everybody feels the same way. So that's what these shirts are for. If you feel the same way as I do, donate, help, fight back. I went on a tangent. I'm so sorry.
Look, man, that's why I admire you, man. I admire your passion for wrestling, for social issues, etc. I'm with you 100%, man. Like it's just a lot going on in this country. It's a lot going on in our neighborhoods, and you know, it's overwhelming. You see it on the news, you see the headlines, and it's like, man, it's heartbroken. I mean, I literally saw a young kid, a baby, a young child get arrested, and that child doesn't even know what's going on or why he's being arrested. It's just devastating. Um,
Devastating.
it's going to be a traumatic experience for that kid. He's probably going to look back at it and be like, "Why was I in this situation? I did nothing wrong." Uh, and wrestling is polarizing as it is, especially with politics and stuff. But seeing people like you and a Brody King and many others finding ways to have initiatives and things of that nature. Um, and this country needs something, needs people like you guys, needs people like you all, to be more than just I'm just gonna wrestle and mind my business. It's a lot. It's too much to you can't even ignore it, man. It's there. It's out there, and so props to you and Brody, and just we gotta we gotta do something. We gotta do something in the community. These promotions gotta do something, and just to send a message, man. Like we ain't gonna back down. You know we here for just the love and to get along and things of that nature, and things like this happens, the negativity is going to stop one way or another. So um, I hope everything turns out great for your initiative, man, and everybody else contribute whatever they can. Share the posts, buy the merch. David is going to have some shows coming up this weekend. He's going to be at Chicago for Second Wrestling. And he's also going to be at Minnesota
Yes.
on Saturday. So talk about the show she got coming up this weekend.
Sorry, man. I've been on the run, so
Yeah.
I just got through actually making the deposit of the last donation from the first week, which we totaled out just about 350, which isn't bad, but we could do a lot better. But Chicago this Thursday, we're gonna be at Cubby Bear for Russell Eden. I'm gonna be taking on three other. Ooh, I was gonna call them losers, but I gotta remember I am a good guy and I like these guys because I do. Okay? And even though I hate four-way matches, okay, I love the competition. All right? So it's gonna be okay. on Saturday, I will travel to Minnesota to Ironheart to be in another four-way match. And I can't wait. That's what I gotta tell myself. I can't wait because I love the competition. This is just gonna build character, Kenny. It's all gonna go somewhere. I promise, man. Okay? Because I'm already the number one contender for the second championship that I'm gonna get back from Sean Logan. Okay? And I'm gonna work my way back up at Ironheart to get my way back into the heavyweight championship picture there. Okay? So things are gonna get back on track. The end of February, okay, doesn't mean the end of David Ali. It just means the beginning. It always does.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Y'all check out David Ali, man, this weekend. Multiple shows. He's gonna be at House of Heat. Already set a claim that's coming up in March. He's staying busy, man, even with first child on the way. So get your tickets for these shows. Shout out to Heather. Shout out to the kid. Shout out to independent wrestling. And thank you so much for your time, David, man. Congrats to you on everything inside the ring, outside the ring. You stand on 10 feet in the ring and outside the ring, and I salute you for that. Props to you, and I look forward to seeing you elevate even more, man. You are over a decade in the game. You look pretty. You look fresh. You look like $1 million, and float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Um, so one of these days I'll see you again. I don't know when and where. I got my own things I have to take care of, but once I do, we'll see each other again. And salute to you, man. And again, congrats on to you and Heather on the first child, man. So shout out to
Thank you, man.
the entire Ali family. Y'all check out David Ali, man. Follow him on social media, uh, Instagram, and at Twitter. I'm
Yep.
calling it Twitter still.
It's
I'm not.
Twitter. It ain't
Yeah,
never been nothing but Twitter.
yeah, like at David Ali of wrestling
On all
on
platforms.
all platforms, man. Go buy the merch and go and enjoy the mission, join the group, man. You have a good night, David, and enjoy your weekend. Tell Heather I say hello, and I'll see you when I see you, man.
Thank you, sir. Stay chillin'.
Yeah, yes, sir. Peace and love, man. Peace and love.